everyone, this is Sensei Starman, and welcome back to Let's Play Fallout London. The last time you recall, we secured a complete set, a nearly complete set, rather, of plays for Shakespeare's Globe, finishing the very last little side quest that we had to do before starting Act 3, which we will do now. We have Mad Jack with us. We are dressed appropriately in knightly garb, so we are now ready to ride to Camelot. Far, far, far to the southwest of London proper. And in case you're wondering, why did he not just start recording there rather than launch the game and load so we have to sit through the load screen before we get to Camelot? Well, there's something kind of wacky I wanted to show you about traveling to Camelot. But you'll note that we are currently at level 55, a little over halfway to level 56. As you know, we have Mad Jack as our companion. I intend to keep him with us through most of this next part of the game. He seems to fit the Camelot ethos the most out of all my companions. I might do playthroughs for the other three pathways, but Camelot is the one that fits me the most as a player, being the idealistic knightly sort, and very much a democratic all for one, one for all, 3 for 5, and 6 for a quarter type. Arthur definitely goes more with the Gentry and the Angel pathway, and weirdly enough, Kira, she apparently gets really chummy with the fifth column folks, which is weird given what an iconoclast she is, but and then again, I didn't foresee her getting points from acts of cannibalism, which I heard happens if you're going that route. So, yeah, lots of hidden depths to the characters in this game. But yes, we are now here in Camelot proper, with the seal of Camelot upon the ground. The Camelot signal, blasting the Pendragon emblem into the sky, even in broad daylight. However, if we try and talk to people here...
What's your business? Hail, mate!
Yeah, they are friendly enough, but nobody is actually talking to us, and that is because nobody will really respond to you.
Greetings.
Nice little fire effect there.
Speak your mind.
Yeah, I should be worried about these people drawing weapons on me. But the fact of the matter is that they do not respond because they expect you to come in through the front gate. And until you come in through the front gate, we can't do anything here. There is one vendor we can speak to, but that's it. And naturally, the front gate does not open from this side because it has to be open from the other end. Luckily, it is possible for us to get on the parapet and jump across to where we can get to the front gate. Oh, and if I set my quest marker, this will be somewhat easier, but yep, sword in hand, investigate Camelot after the tournament. And yeah, I just jumped off the front gate to get here to Lancelot.
Hail, fellow. My respects to you. Your exploits are known here. Have you come to join us?
Who are you?
I'm Lancelot, head of security here at Camelot. Stop by the tavern sometime. You can buy me a drink.
What do you know of my exploits?
Westminster's usually closed to us commoners. Parliament even more so. But you, you got those signatures and beat the Gentry at their own game. All within their sodding laws. In a fair world, they'd let you in. Instead, they chucked you in the nick. Typical, innit? When you escaped, it's only natural fate led you here.
I'm just traveling through. May I enter?
Of course, we've all the amenities. Just stay clear of the keep if you want to keep your head, and speak to Arthur before you go. He has a way with words. Might just be that you stick around. Patience is key. Hail, fellow.
And let's talk a bit more. What is this place?
This land is Albion. You stand before Camelot, the last stronghold against Gentry tyranny.
The last stronghold. What about the fifth column?
The fifth column. They won't destroy what the Gentry stands for, only replace them.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's a different pair of boots on your neck. All right, so
Ever vigilant. What's your business?
Anyway, there's a store here.
You down to trade? Have a look.
I should perhaps be worried about why they have so much... child's rags. On the other hand, purified water.
Greetings.
Can't find it elsewhere. Try here.
And here, in fact, is another merchant
Take a look.
who appears to be just a chef.
Until next time.
Why, what an eccentric performance.
Hail, mate!
Speak your mind. Look where you're going.
Alright, so everybody is a little bit more friendly now.
What's your business?
And yeah, check it out. They do have a crossbow range, rather blindingly lit. And here apparently is Arthur.
Stop this madness at once. Is there not a grain of sense between you?
If the old man wants to fight, let him.
By all means, fight. Such is the custom of Dueler's Ditch, but not to the death. Do not spill the blood of your compatriots.
Compatriots? Do compatriots break honest agreements out of spite? Do they lie and cheat? The Baileys are nothing but crooks.
My family followed that ridiculous agreement to the letter.
This matter was resolved. The Round Table decreed half the forest to be preserved. What happened?
Charred, burned to the ground.
And was this your family's doing, Thomas?
Of course not. The old man's deranged. What good is a charred forest to us? We're carpenters.
The Radstags have fled for the hills. The land is useless to us now. Your half-wit of a father thought we'd sell it to you.
Don't speak about my father. You have no idea.
One of you, John, call this off. No one will think any less of you.
They've gone too far this time, Arthur.
Thomas?
I need to defend my family's honor. I won't take these accusations sitting down.
Very well. Commence.
What?
What was that about blood not being spilled?
Patience is key, for the quest continues.
Wait.
Will you not cheer the victor?
He was a young man, John. This feud has gone on too long. I shall send someone to investigate the matter. It will be resolved.
I wonder who that's
We
going to
agree.
be.
Such is our way.
And I can't speak to him. Anybody mind if I,
Anything good?
Nope. No, okay. The greatest noble tradition of adventuring. Go through the clothes, look for loose change.
Some will judge me for what has happened here today. They'll claim that because I could have stopped it, I should have. What do you think?
If it meant saving a life, you should have stopped it. Why didn't you? They both agreed to duel and knew the stakes. They should have had the freedom to make that choice. It is an entertaining spectacle. The morality of it means very little to me. I'm not really sure. On one hand, they knew what they were getting into, but you should have...
I'm getting the feeling that, yes, I had similar thoughts. Freedom of choice is important to many of my people. I have to refrain from exercising power whenever possible, even if I want to. I have only the authority my people have given me. They trust in the end, when Westminster falls, that democracy will take its place. Everything I do must be towards that goal. Any unnecessary use of power will break their trust, and trust is keeping this movement together, not strength. Anyway, don't get the wrong idea. Our tourney grounds across the field are oft used for friendly bouts. Speak to Galahad if you're interested.
Ooh.
Is there something you wish to discuss?
Oh, I have questions about Camelot.
Direct them to Percival. He enjoys bombarding newcomers with the riveting tales of Camelot and our history, as if it was already enshrined in legend. Anything else?
Well, let's not waste time. I want to join Camelot.
Good. You could be the missing piece. I'm relieved Lancelot sent you to me. Merlin would have you running the beep test. Our contact in Westminster told us of your story. You are no doubt someone who can perform beyond rank-and-file duties. I had some things I wanted to ask you if we ever crossed paths, but now isn't the time. There's a more pressing matter at hand. This feud between the Fletchers and the Baileys. It started as bickering, but now there's blood involved. I fear it will escalate further, until one of them is driven from the land. This is not what anyone wants. To lose either family is to lose the food on our tables, or the tables themselves. Hunters and woodcutters are the basis of any decent civilization. On top of that, if we're ever going to finish Merlin's trebuchet, we need supplies and aid from both families. So, I need a trustworthy outsider to investigate. In short, I need you. Consider it your initiation.
Why do you need an outsider to investigate?
I would trust any of my men to carry out the investigation impartially, but they wouldn't. The decision on their land dispute, for example. It was a 50-50 compromise, yet both perceive it as a loss induced by bias. With an outsider carrying out the investigation, they might accept the Round Table's decision.
Let's see. You said might be the missing piece of what?
Us. Camelot. Pieces are falling into place, and the Gentry are on their way out.
You had questions for me?
They're not urgent. You can focus on the task at hand.
Okay, what do you think of the land dispute?
Well, to be entirely truthful, I think it's unnecessary. The Baileys easily could have expanded their yard in a different direction, or made do with what they had. Same for the Fletchers. That land may have been their most bountiful, but they have acres of Camelot territory to hunt in. I suspect pride is mixed up in this somewhere, on both sides.
Usually is. What do you think started the
I
fire?
have no reason to suspect either family. They both accuse each other of the same crime, and I don't wish to inflict bias on your judgment.
Alright, well,
Get your affairs in order quickly. We could have an all-out war on our hands if nothing is done. Are you ready?
what do you want me to investigate?
Once upon a time, the two families were friendly. They're neighbors. The Baileys even helped the Fletchers build their treehouse. It's an impressive structure, I must say. The conflict stems from a piece of disputed land. The Baileys kept expanding their lumber yard into the Fletchers' hunting grounds. When the Fletchers appealed to the Round Table for judgment, none had a superior claim. So we split the land in half. They both felt robbed, but the matter was resolved. For a time. That was until the fire. A section of the land caught aflame during the night. It was mostly on the Fletcher's side, but the Baileys weren't unscathed. They both accuse each other of starting it. If either claim is truthful, then sanctions would have to be handed out. I need you to get to the truth of the matter, and I want some evidence.
I'm ready to begin.
Good. Start by questioning the leaders, Edward Fletcher and Harold Bailey. Get both sides of the story. Then investigate the scene of the fire. See what you can find. Lancelot ordered patrols to keep an eye on the area and warned everyone to stay clear, so nothing should be tampered with. Once you've brought evidence of the truth, I can bring you into the fold. For now, I'll let Lancelot know you can come and go to the castle as you please. Good luck.
Well, wait, couldn't I already come and go from here as I please?
With a knight. Didn't know they still existed before today, honestly.
Well, I don't think I'm a knight yet, but, everybody's just kind of milling around. And this is just bad design, having the entrance be right by the shooting range.
Hail, mate. Ever
Greetings.
You'll see we got the big signal right there. Well, before we get to dealing with the Fletchers and the Baileys, I do intend to look around a little bit. Although I don't think it'll let us... Yeah, we need a key to go inside the big house so we don't sequence break by speaking to Merlin or any of the other knights that we were told to go talk to, who are all in the big house. So, where is the Fletcher and Bailey land? Well, it's actually not too far northwest of here. You may in fact recall us going to this point past the Camelot outpost and the cannibal camp. But since I think it might be slightly faster walking there than waiting for the load time, we'll go ahead and do that. Even though we will have to go past the cannibal camp, but hey, we haven't had any action in this chapter yet so far. And jump the barbed wire fence.
I can feel Judy and Diane get antsy when we're just standing around. Maybe I should sit on them.
Yeah, we're not really sitting around.
No more? Money! There you are!
I think I'm going to hit that tree branch perfectly.
Call that a hit!
Legendary glowing bloatfly. Yet they seem oddly determined to come after me, even though Jack is there. And here come the cannibals.
That's the good stuff! This is the filthy business I don't like after a fight.
Bring out the
What was
bell.
that?
I've got supper.
Sickling me! Police
I think
won't
I'll call
save
you
now!
Oh, this is a tough one if that critical.
Stay off the kitchen.
You're gonna taste delicious!
Time to feed.
For a minute, it sounded like Jack saying that. See, what I was really hoping to find was that dead fly, the legendary one, hoping that maybe it might have a legendary weapon on it. There's the treehouse.
I sure can carry a lot of stuff, huh?
Yes, you can. That's part of your charm. Alright, so giant oak treehouse.
Need something?
I've been sent by the Round Table to investigate the forest fire.
It's about time. There's been too much confusion around this fire. It must be stamped out.
That was stamped out already.
Harold Bailey himself, I suspect. Or maybe his father. I doubt he would have gotten any of his boys to do it.
How do you know it was the Baileys?
Who else would do it? If you have any evidence to the contrary, then fair enough. I'll put a sock in it. But I don't know anyone else with a motive.
What are your thoughts on the Baileys?
Well, I'm certainly not shy about making their involvement in the fire known. I think they're good people at heart. They're just stubborn. They know that land is ours. We moved into the area and claimed it weeks before they even arrived. And they think just because they helped build this place that we owed them. They received banquets of food in return. More than fair. This was the early days of Camelot, nearly 8 years ago. They could have starved without our generosity. I was preparing dinner for my family. I'll do terrific venison stew. Here, have a can.
Ooh.
Very well.
Why had John Fletcher challenged Thomas Bailey to a duel?
I'm not sure. I'll be honest, what my brother did was regrettable. John and the boy weren't part of this feud. Or at least they shouldn't have been. Being knights of Camelot, they live, or lived, at the castle. Seems they had a feud of their own after the fire. A microcosm of conflict. It's unfortunate it escalated. I almost lost my Mary last year to illness. I can't imagine the pain Harold must be going through. Whatever he did, no one deserves that.
Well, I think you actually can imagine his pain, but...
I'm Edward Fletcher, hunter by trade. Me and my family packed up shop and came to Albion 7 years ago, from Brumley. Back there, we had to fend for ourselves. But here, we're protected. We can hunt in peace. It's a good living, and we're good at it. Me and my brother come from a long line of huntsmen. Our father, grandfather, and great-grandfather all stalked the wastes. And I hope my descendants will do the same. Mary, my oldest, continues the tradition. Sarah, my youngest, can't stand it. Says it's cruel. Each to their own, I guess.
That sounds suspect. Need any help around here?
Wouldn't say we need help. But if you ever fancy picking up a spear, I'd pay you well for any game you bring us.
Alright, I have some game to sell.
Let's have a look then.
Actually, do I have any game to sell? Well, I don't, but I can trade them. For the bobby pin, quiver, and arrows.
Hey,
I've been sent by the Round Table to investigate the forest fire.
those Baileys couldn't stand to leave a nice woods be. They had to chop it all down for the sake of materialistic things like chairs. They didn't get their way, so they burnt it down.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm Sarah. The rest of my family are hunters, but I know better. The animals feel pain just as we do. They act like I'm some kind of revolutionary. Later.
The sort of revolutionary who might start a fire?
What's up? I'm a seamstress. Have been all my life. I make gambesons and the like for the Camelot army. I see. Be careful out there. The Baileys are loose cannons. Take care.
Alright, so we interviewed the wife.
Why didn't God give radstags 2 bodies instead of 2 heads? That's the bit we don't eat.
Good point. I have some questions.
For sure. Go for it.
And it looks like a storm's brewing. Tell me about yourself.
I'm Mary, Camelot's greatest huntress. I've perfected the art. My cousin Damien's pretty good, I don't doubt it. But I'm the best there is.
I've been sent by the Round Table to investigate the forest fire.
I bet it was the Baileys. They most likely discovered fire for the first time in their lineage and got carried away. Don't be a stranger.
How'd you do?
Tell me about yourself.
I'm Damien. I'm a hunter by trade. My dad and my uncle taught me everything I know. I also help my mum out with her work while Dad's busy with his nightly duties.
And sent by the Round Table.
So what are you doing here? It's the Baileys you should be questioning. Goodbye.
Alright, well. starting to downpour. Thankfully, I have a sleeping bag here I can use to sleep through the storm and wait for daylight before I go stomping around a bit more. But I believe that is it for the Fletcher family. There's Edward, Mary, Damien. Yep, that's all 5 of them. So, next time, we will move on to 50 yards away. Wow, this is a small forest. No wonder they're fighting over the land. But 43 yards away to consult with the Bailey family. Not sure what the heck prompted that, but okay. Anyway, next time, the Bailey family. So thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment if you are so inclined. And we will continue the adventure and the investigation from here next time. Take care until then.